Hedera is making a ton of noise. Welcome to the channel, everyone. If you guys are coming over from the main channel, welcome in. Yes, this is Zencash Official, aka Nick. This is the Crypto Crusaders channel. I've gone over it before as well. I just wanted to quickly say thank you to everyone for supporting the channel, supporting the Discord group as well. It means a lot. I've been talking about HBAR and Hedera for well over 5 years on the main channel. And up until recently, I will say this, I have never been more excited about HBAR than now. Because again, even if we go back to 2022, I feel like that's when HBAR really started to shine. And it's sad because it's after that historical bull run of 2021. But I do think that we are going to see something very similar. I think that we are going to witness HBAR become a very dominant force in this market. And I have been studying a lot of things, specifically charts, just kind of looking at where we are at right now and kind of seeing if we are bottomed out or not. I am leaning towards the level of us being fully bottomed out. Because even if we look at HBAR, let's go all the way back to 2022. We were down about 93.5%. Currently, we are down from our prior high about 81.5%. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Well, don't we have to drop all the way down to 93.5%? No, we don't. Ultimately, the main reason why we did drop as low back here was because of FTX. Realistically speaking, our bottom probably would have been about roughly 90% or so. Do I think that we have to drop 90% down to like 3.5 cents? No, I don't believe so. Is there a possibility that we do? Yeah, sure. But I'm not thinking that we go that low. I feel like the main reason why we will bottom sooner and the reason why I believe that we are actually bottomed now is because the market has matured. The market has changed. We now have institutional players here showing their colors. We now have ETF products. We have a completely different environment around crypto. And very similar to diminished returns, I do think that we're also going to start to see diminished drops in the market as well, where people think like, oh, we're going to see a 90% crash. No, we start to see an 80% crash or a 60% crash. Like that's what we're really kind of looking at. And just how the market evolves. So in my opinion, I do think that HBAR is bottomed out here, especially if we look at this on the monthly. Like RSI is pretty flat, feels as though we're kind of building out a floor. We have multiple monthly candles here, just kind of finding support around roughly 8.5 cents. And even if we look at this on the weekly as well, RSI is back down to these lows back from roughly September of 2024. And although, yeah, we did kind of continue to a fresh new low, if anything, I'm really kind of looking at us potentially retesting 7.5 cents and bouncing from there, which would just basically be the retest of the February low anyways. But we still need to lose on the weekly about 8.5 cents, and we need to close below it on the weekly to see that. But still, I feel like most of these altcoins are bottomed out or even close to their bottom, where I just feel very confident accumulating and averaging in because, at the end of the day, when we do start to see that continuation to the upside, we break over the prior highs and we start to trade at like $1 plus, everyone's going to be kicking themselves saying like, oh, I wish I would have bought more at those lows. And we have that opportunity right now. But taking a quick look at a few things with HBAR, let's actually see what's going on here. Number one, we do have the token unlock happening this quarter, which is going to bring the entire supply of HBAR out, which is very bullish because we don't have to worry about inflation anymore. This is at the same exact time that we are witnessing institutional adoption for HBAR. We have over here more inflows for Canary's HBAR ETF. This got posted on the 21st of April from BSCN. Now, Canary Capital's spot HBAR ETF is already holding about 1.4% of HBAR's supply. It's only seen one day of net outflows since launch, and that day was on November 14th of 2025. Taking a quick look at the HBAR ETF, there's about almost 600 million HBAR held in this ETF, which at current market value is about almost $53 million. This is awesome to see, but the main thing that I'm really kind of looking at here is when are we going to see more ETFs similar to this? I would love to see a Bitwise ETF, maybe even some other ones as well, because I just feel like right now, yeah, we have a few ETFs for HBAR in terms of like basket ETFs, but we don't have like singular ETF products similar to this one. So I would like to see a lot more, but obviously this ETF has been very successful so far. And I do think that we will start to see more ETF products after we see clarity. I think that that's like the main holdup for a lot of things. But yeah, we are witnessing ETF inflows and just institutional adoption around HBAR really heating up, which is awesome to see. Now, also another big thing around Hedera is that we do have HederaCon 2026 coming up. It starts tomorrow, May 4th. Very excited about this. I will be reporting on this throughout the week if I see anything special to report on. So we'll definitely be talking about that, but there's going to be a lot of things discussed at this event, from AI to Web3, stablecoin, sustainable finance, tokenization, policy, and regulation. One agenda, one day, the entire Hedera ecosystem. This is definitely going to be very exciting. I expect this to be a major event. There's definitely going to be a lot of exciting stuff talked about at it. So you're definitely going to want to lock in if you do hold HBAR. And like I said, I will definitely update you guys. But 28 sessions. It's a pretty lengthy overall event. A lot of great names just from the, entire industry, but also even beyond the industry. Like, we have a ton of TradFi names too, and it's going to be running basically all day long. So this is awesome. Taking a quick look at some of the speakers, we have Euroclear here, the DTCC, the White House, Google, the IIF. Also, we have a few other ones from Accenture, Ledger City, Aberdeen, Fireblocks. So yeah, a ton of names, ton of great TradFi names. Awesome, just entire industry names as well. So this is going to be definitely an event that you're going to want to tap into. Now, talking about TradFi, talking about some enterprise names, institutional names as well. There's been a lot of great adoption around Hedera as of late. And one of the biggest ones that we got so far was, well, Accenture. And we have here that the global lead for data and AI public sector from Accenture is going to be at HederaCon. And what better way to start off the week than having Accenture join the Hedera Council? Global professional services leader Accenture has joined Hedera Council as demand grows for secure, transparent infrastructure to power agentic AI. Accenture will collaborate with Hedera and council members across 3 priorities: delivering trust-based solutions for public sector, financial services, and enterprises, enabling compliant, auditable systems for regulated industries, driving innovation in agentic AI use cases like tokenization and AI-powered payments. Guys, this is extremely bullish for multiple reasons. Number one, take a look at this post from Hedera Kimchi. These are the names tied back to Accenture. You have NVIDIA, Palantir, Anthropic. Guys, the biggest names around AI are tied back to Accenture. And of course, yes, we do have Equity Lab and Accenture. That's that partnership that was announced quite a while back now, but it's still definitely one that we take a note of. But looking at this announcement, I mean, this is just wild. This is all based around enterprise AI from one of the biggest names in the game. And it's all based around agentic AI at scale. Accenture will work with Hedera and its council members to support the delivery of trust-based solutions for financial services institutions, government agencies, and large enterprises. The pace of agent-driven automation requires that enterprises reinvent their approaches to trust. The Hedera Public Network and its unique governance model enables government agencies and enterprises in regulated environments to transact in a transparent and auditable fashion, strengthening compliance with relevant policies. We are proud to welcome Accenture to the Hedera Council. As AI becomes more embedded in how organizations operate, building trust is becoming increasingly important. Accenture brings deep experience helping enterprises navigate change, and their perspective will help accelerate meaningful adoption of Hedera across global industries. So this is incredible. And of course, yes, Accenture supports DLT deployments across financial services, supply chain payments, and digital identity. Building on this experience, Accenture is developing a Hedera-based solution that leverages governance tools from Equity Lab to give public service organizations greater control over their data in a secure, transparent way. Accenture is exploring how similar approaches powered by agentic AI can be applied with financial services clients for use cases including digital asset tokenization and AI-driven payments. This is an absolute massive announcement because Accenture, if you look at the numbers behind them, they have 350 plus partners in their ecosystem, 9,000 plus clients served across more than 120 countries. Guys, they are an absolute giant around enterprises, around institutional players. This is definitely one that you want to focus on in a huge way. I wish that they did have a full-on list of their customers, but you really can't see that. But you can look at all of the industries that they work in, just out of like random, just looking at like the finance side of things. I don't think that they provide us with too much insight on like all their partners, because again, like it's 9,000 partners, but they do list some of the names here. Some of these you probably don't know, some of them you do know. Oracle's massive, SAP is massive as well. But beyond that, like they don't really have a ton of other names here. You'd have to look through every single one of these categories, and I'm just not going to do that because number one, it's a waste of your guys' time. But also I would be here for, well over an hour plus just going through every single one of these. But just know that they have 9,000 plus names tied back to them. Some of the largest enterprise companies out there, some of the largest financial giants as well. And the best part about this is that this is with institutional players, government agencies, and even large enterprises. And if we think about their post regarding, AI and even generative AI, they talked about responsibility with generative AI, which is all coming back to like the governance side around AI. Like you need blockchain, you need DLT to be that governance layer, which is why they're tapping in with Hedera. And if we look at this, we have the challenges, right? The top 6 risks include bias and harm, liability and compliance, unreliable outputs, confidentiality and security, sustainability, and then workplace transition. And all of these, I'm sure that Hedera could definitely have some sort of, backing behind to really kind of provide some sort of solution with this. But, with AI, we know AI is going to be everywhere. We know that full-on automation of our financial system is becoming a reality. And it's only possible if we start to see DLT and blockchain tapped in with some of these big names. But the fact that we have Accenture now on the GC, it's crazy when we look at that governance list. Like looking at some of these names here, like Accenture is a giant, but just like looking at all of these names, it's like we have in front of us probably one of the most significant crypto projects in the entire space. And Hedera is still extremely overlooked. It's still undervalued while having these names tied back to it. And then we also mix in what Hedera is doing with a lot of these enterprise names too. Like for example, Bitwave. Hedera got plugged into Bitwave, and this is all based around institutional ERP systems. And if you guys don't know about Bitwave, they are the #1 on-chain finance platform for enterprises. So this is definitely going to be great for Hedera, especially around like enterprise adoption. On top of that, Fireblocks. We know that they are also connected with Fireblocks. This is all through supporting the HTS service, the Hedera token service tokens, and a direct connection back to Fireblocks for like custody and storage with their infrastructure, as well as transfer and managing HBAR and HTS tokens. This is also very awesome for just any project building on Hedera, because Fireblocks is an absolute giant in the space as well. They have thousands of enterprises connected. They have $10 trillion in transactions and 550 million wallets secured. So we definitely need that custody layer here, which is awesome for Hedera and the Hedera ecosystem. But the main bread and butter that I'm really kind of looking at here is just Accenture. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to see some conversations with Accenture at this HederaCon 2026. So very excited for that. Very excited to hear, some of these conversations. The main thing that I'm really kind of excited for is just the AI side, the tokenization side, the DeFi side, and then also just like the payment side. And even here, we do have the, Hedera Enterprise, or the enterprise blockchain side with FedEx, which we know FedEx recently became, a council member. So we're probably going to see some pretty significant updates with that. Also the ETF side, we know that 21 Shares is definitely an ETF player with HBAR2. So we'll probably see some pretty big updates around potential ETFs coming, from, other players as well, and how like the ETF side of the market's looking with, HBAR. But I'm definitely looking at, where we could see some more major points of innovation with some of these specific categories. But yeah, this is definitely a big one that happened. The Accenture connection, we've been following Accenture since going back to 2021, and seeing them tap in with Hedera like this and building out an actual solution to power agentic AI. This is an absolute game changer. This will most likely lead to if this gets adopted the way that we are anticipating and knowing Accenture's size, I don't think that billions of transactions per day is that crazy. In fact, I think that it's pretty conservative. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely like, subscribe, set notifications on it because there's more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow us on X and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.